Greetings. Welcome to a live YouTube Live. And we are at a church in the town of Waitara in the highlands of Peru, about 2.5 hours inland from Paracas. And of course, this church is from the colonial Spanish times. But what's intriguing about it for us is the fact that it has Inca and older megalithic elements. So hopefully the signal will be good. But let's go explore. Morning all. So we're going to be exploring a megalithic structure, which is what this is. So here we have the colonial Spanish, and then the mud brick could also very well be from the either colonial Spanish time or Inca, and the lower section is megalithic. This is pre-Inca. This is almost perfect construction. We're going to do some closer looks at it. Here you have what's left of an irrigation channel out of granitic material, and this is from the Inca time frame. So you can see that the channeling was done with hand tools. But what's of most intrigue to us, of course, is the megalithic part. So this lower section is either Inca or colonial Spanish, but the recycling of the older material using mortar, clay mortar, which is probably local, to fill in. So Inca or colonial because the stones don't fit together all that well. Again, we're in Waitara, which is in the highlands of Peru, inland from Paracas. And as I get closer, look at this joinery. Seamless, no mortar, perfect fit. Every stone a different shape and size. So there's no way this is Inca. And you notice that the stones puff out like that. That could be an indication that the stone itself was altered by some kind of heat and or force in order to make it plastic. So the quarry is 50 miles away, and unlikely that normal humans could pick up these stones. They weigh, each one weighs, looks like hundreds of pounds. And this is the intersection where the megalithic meets the colonial. So camera's a little wobbly because it's a cell phone, and I did not bring a stabilizer with me. And here we have the classic niches, which people attribute to the Inca, but the Inca likely inherited this design from the much older Inca or pre-Inca megalithic builders. So you probably never heard of Waitara. It's not a famous Inca location, but again, you see the seamless joinery. Now what I want to do is take out a compass and check out orientation, because you see that the stones up there are separated. So I want to see if it's an east-west separation. That would indicate likely ancient cataclysmic damage. And here you see steps that don't fit together too well. So these are either Inca or colonial Spanish. So again, see the separation of the stones. At the end of this video, I'm going to use the compass app on this phone and see if the orientation is east-west. If it is east-west, that indicates an ancient cataclysm, an ancient earthquake that was able to pull this incredible wall apart to some degree. So another one of these niches, trapezoid shape. Part of the reason for its design like that is strength, so that the force does not come straight down, but flares out as it goes down. And another niche. You see the size of the lintel above the doorway. These are in fact false doors. They're not really doors, but you can see a window has been put into this one, probably during the colonial Spanish times. And just more views of this rather amazing pre-Inca building in the highlands of Peru. Now there's evidence that there was fire. If we were able to go inside the building, we'd see that there was fire damage. 2 fires over the course of the last 300 years that damaged mainly the inside. But what's intriguing is when we get to the end of the building, we're going to see that the outside has been scorched with high heat, and it could be actually cataclysmic damage that happened in the very distant past. So we're starting to see the major damage here. And it increases as we go along. Sorry about the wind. So here you see obviously high heat causing the surface of the stone to basically blow off. That would require at least, I think, 2,000 degrees Celsius. And again, sorry for the wind, nothing I can do about that. So it's mainly on this side that we see the extensive damage. Actually, mainly that corner. And as we move along, then the damage becomes less and less. Then we're going to go to the other side of the building. So you see now here there's no damage. So the idea that that came from the fire inside the building, no. It had to be an external source. So again, here's the intersection between the ancient megalithic and the Inca and or Spanish colonial. So again, no mortar, indicating that it's from the megalithic time frame. Waitara in the highlands of Peru. There's the colonial church. I want to see if I can get down to this lower section, but it's kind of difficult. Maybe it's easier around this way. Here we go. So again, just like what we see in Cusco, technically almost perfect joinery. Notice how the stones puff out. Again, that's what we see at megalithic sites in Cusco and surrounding area. Again, intriguingly, every stone is a different shape and size. It's not a logical way to do things, but obviously whoever did this work had astonishing capability and decided to make it that way. We would use some uniform measurement, but these people didn't. Again, you can see how tight the joinery is. And as we look down the wall, it's not a perfectly straight line. It actually goes in waves. That could be possibly for earthquake proofing. So this is your live megalithic experience. And again, the intersection. Okay, signal's back. So again, megalithic. So I'm going to turn off the camera now, and I'm going to check. I want to check the orientation of the building according to north, south, east, and west, and then I'll turn it back on and continue. So thank you for watching this part so far.